One second. Over.
Shop your way out. Out of what? Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Glimpse, and this time we're going to take you through some of our coolest builds from July, which we've done for some very interesting brands and a lot of interesting work as well.
And some of the brands that we want to talk about are Nykaa, Lunch Bar, and since World Cup football final just got over, we have a very interesting game that we want to take you through, which we built for Oreo.
So this time we're back with another campaign for Lunch Bar, and this is the third iteration of their overall main campaign that we're working on.
And this is the one where you have to prove whether you are a human or an alien, right?
Exactly. And you know how we did that? We did that through a really fun game where you had to solve multiple puzzles and CAPTCHA to sort of prove whether you're a human or not.
Oh, very interesting. Like, you have to basically arrange all the pictures where the lunch bar, you can see the lunch bars. It's like basically solving one of those CAPTCHAs where you see spot all the traffic lights, spot all the dogs in the picture. And here you have to spot all the lunch bars in that picture and click and drag or tap and drag to solve the puzzle, right?
So all of the puzzles were lunch bar sort of themed, exactly. Like we also had like voice-based puzzles, and even in that they were lunch bar themed as opposed to like any random experience. And what made this very cool was that the aim was to solve as many puzzles and CAPTCHA as you can. And based on how fast you do it, you sort of instantaneously and immediately get a chance to enter a raffle draw and win some really big prizes. And what was really fun was that there was a spoofy little twist where you could also download a certificate that tells you whether you're an alien or whether you are human.
If you are a frequent shopper, you might know that Nykaa's Hot Pink sale is live, and we had an opportunity to work with the Snapchat team to build a very interesting AR game for Nykaa.
Oh, that's the Snapchat AR game where there's like a hot pink bag, the screen is hot pink, there's like lightning, fire. It was so fun.
Correct. Yeah. And you have all these products in different categories: makeup, hair care, fragrance, and skincare.
Yeah.
Flowing your way, and you just have to tilt your head in order to move the bag left and right and collect all these offers. And the interesting part is, as you play the game and collect all these products, you can also see these discounts that appear on the screen related to that particular product.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool way to sort of shop, because first of all, you're playing a really fun game, and then at the same time you're seeing all of the discounts and what the sale is all about really through this game.
And to avail these offers, you can simply tap on the Shop Now CTA that will lead you to the Nykaa app where you can actually avail these offers on your favorite products.
We built a very cool game during the Football World Cup, and this was for Oreo. So what this was is a very fun connected display game, and this was purely for shoppers and fans on ground. And what essentially happens is that your phone becomes the controller and you sort of experience the game on a larger screen. The game was very fun, super engaging, because you're sort of seeing multiple Oreos sort of being shot at you, and you have to control a pair of goalkeeper gloves and move them left or right and block as many Oreos as you can.
I think it's a very interesting way how brands can leverage key sporting events to engage their fans and audiences, and drive more people to these spots where these campaigns are being launched, like on-ground activations, stores, etc.
Yeah, and I think Oreo did a great job of this because they were able to sort of leverage the functionality of a connected display game, because they sort of promoted this game across key locations.
So for CNB, Central Narcotics Bureau Singapore, we built a very interesting web experience where users could educate themselves about the influence of drug in their life.
And this is actually the second time we've worked with the CNB, and we've sort of revamped the whole website as well. And what also made it really cool is that because it's targeted towards like the younger generation and the Gen Z sort of kids, it's got some really cool visuals, it's got a lot of 3D elements, and there's also this fun sort of quiz you can take to find your character.
Yeah.
And each character sort of teaches you something about the influences of drugs as well.
And it kind of feels good to work on a project like this, which genuinely has a purpose towards the society.
And because it's such like it's a public initiative, it was sort of, you could sort of come across this experience if you were in Singapore. It was on their metro, it was on billboards, and all of those would sort of lead you to the website as well. So for ENBD, we got to build very cool TikTok lenses. And what was interesting about this is that they use sort of gamification and TikTok AR to educate users about fraud awareness. And it was very simple mechanics because all you have to do is tilt your head left or right. And this was to answer these questions or scenarios that sort of appear to see whether it's fraud or whether it's not fraud.
That modern fraudsters use nowadays. And I think this is a very interesting way of merging creative technology with generating critical awareness about these issues.
Yeah, and like educating people, because ideally there was no right or wrong answer.
Correct.
But based on their experience, they were sort of learning more about bank fraud and fraud that's happening across the industry.
And these sort of experiences also drive a lot of shareability, which also allows you to share the message and share it with your loved ones, family, so they also can try and get educated or aware.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they are sort of spreading awareness, and it's kind of great that like the bank took initiative themselves to sort of create this experience.
All right, that's all. That's the end for this episode. We'll be back again next month with a new top 5.
Yep.